Good evening. My name is Carla Drew, and I am a member of the administrative team at Patriot High School. Before we begin our commencement exercises, I would like to make a brief announcement on behalf of the school's faculty, staff, and administration regarding the importance of this evening's ceremony. We have worked very hard with the class of 2018 to ensure they understand the significance of these commencement exercises. It is understood that this is a time of great celebration, but we would also like to remind everyone in attendance that graduation is a formal ceremony. Exercising appropriate decorum will make it more memorable for all the graduates, parents, families, and friends. Today's ceremony officially begins in a couple minutes with the processional of our graduates. The ceremony will officially conclude after all graduates have recessed. We respectfully request that no one exit until the last graduate's name has been called and the class has completely recessed. Patriot High School's motto is leadership, integrity, character, pride. And the class of 2018 has certainly lived up to this motto by demonstrating excellent performance throughout their educational career. It is our hope that today's ceremony will showcase their achievements and allow us to send them on their way with class and dignity. We appreciate you joining us, and we thank you in advance for helping us make this a wonderful experience for all. At this time, we ask that all aisles be cleared in order to make way for the processional of the class of 2018. Enjoy the ceremony.
Good evening. And welcome, not only friends, but the families of the class 2018. Everybody make some noise. All right, I like the energy. My name is Andrew Reynolds, and I am the current Student Council Association president here at Patriot. Oh, yeah. And on behalf of Patriot's administration, faculty, staff, we all welcome you to the class of 2018's commencement ceremony. On behalf of the students, parents, we also thank you for being with us on this extremely special night. All right. So, please remain standing for the presentation of colors by Stonewall Jackson's JROTC, the Pledge of Allegiance with the ASL students, and also the national anthem sung by our Patriot players. Hello. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, the free, and the home of the
Thank you. You may all be seated. Now, I am pleased to introduce Patriot High School's principal, Dr. Bishop.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Michael Bishop. I am the principal of Patriot High School, and at this time I would like to recognize guests who are on stage with us today. If you could please hold your applause until all stage members have been introduced. Virginia State delegates, representing the 51st District, Mrs. Hala Ayala. Representing the 13th District, Ms. Danica Rome. Prince William County School Board members, Mr. Gil Trenum, representing the Brentsville District, Mrs. Allison Satterwhite, representing the Gainesville District. From the Prince William County Board of Supervisors, the Honorable Janine Lawson, representing the Brentsville District. From the Prince William County Schools Superintendent staff, the Associate Superintendent for Western Elementary Schools, Mrs. Jocelyn Hart. Also joining us on stage this evening, Mrs. Emily Utter, Mr. Josh Miller, Mrs. Karen McLean. Current administrative staff of Patriot High School, Mrs. Stephanie Bretsky, Assistant Principal, Mrs. Dolores Lucas, Assistant Principal, Mrs. Carla Drew, Assistant Principal, Mr. Brandon Bowles, Assistant Principal, Mr. David Van Gelder, Administrative Intern, Mrs. Katie Swanson, Teacher on Special Assignment. Educators from Patriot High School, Social Studies teacher, Mr. Brian Foley. Class of 2018 sponsor, Mrs. Sharon Hardy. Class of 2018 sponsor, Mrs. Jennifer Hughes. World Languages teacher, Mrs. Janine Byers. Language Arts teacher, Mrs. Adrian Phillips. Social Studies teacher, Mr. John Nolan. And students from the class of 2018. Student Award recipient and Student Class President, Zaki Penshiri. Student Award recipient, Matthew Trang. And Student Council President, Andrew Reynolds. At this time, I am pleased to welcome the President of the Class of 2018, Zaki Penshiri. During his time spent at Patriot, Zaki has been a member of several honor societies as well as the debate team, served as a presenter at education conferences, and participated in summer residential governor's school. In the fall, Zaki will be attending the University of Virginia as a Jefferson Scholar. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce you to Patriot High School's Class of 2018 Senior Class President, Zaki Penshiri.
Good evening. The class of 2018 thanks you for being here. This evening, I will reflect upon the value of relationships and how these relationships have helped us grow as people during our time at Patriot. Friendship has been of indispensable importance to me and undoubtedly to all of us. The 6 friends I'm going to mention to you now have had vast impacts on my existence, improving it in such a way that any attempt to express my gratitude would be an injustice. At the same time, I am leaving out a mass of other individuals who have had comparable influence, but my time is limited, so I apologize to them profusely. They know who they are. Over the years, my friends have taught me so much about myself. Ilyas Azami has given me a powerful appreciation for my heritage as a first-generation Afghan American. Cole Loveman, Alex Koch, and Jacob Shamming have allowed me to become more in touch with my emotions, unafraid to express my feelings to those I love, because keeping what is painful or joyful bottled up inside is unhealthy. And Nathan Yang and Sam Criscolo have shown me how extremely important balance is, that life is a constant shift between tension and relaxation, stress and release, and happiness and sadness. Although all of this sounds positive, and it is, the lessons from these and other friends did not come easily. Our greatest friends are the ones who, out of goodwill, challenge us and force us to question ourselves and arrive at new conclusions about who we are, what we want from life, and what the nature of the world is. Our teachers and parents have played similar roles for us, employing methods that come from our natural respect for them. Our teachers and parents bestow upon us invaluable knowledge that we may not yet fully comprehend. My parents' lives, for example, as kids in the small city of Kabul, and their later escape during the Russian invasion of Afghanistan, has altered my conception of love and fear. Although I do not always see eye to eye with them, as the rest of us do not always see eye to eye with our families, we know they care, even when we think they do not. And that is a supreme source of reassurance and comfort. Relatedly, the guidance given to me by Mrs. Adrian Phillips' questioning of everything, Mr. Cullen Nolan's balanced interpretation of American history, Mr. Kenneth Keskell's patience in teaching mathematics, Mrs. Marilyn McGrath's openness to the multiplicity of opinions, and Senora Janine Byers' random acts of kindness will be forever ingrained into my memory, as will the guidance of a number of other staff who have left impressions in the hearts and minds of all of us. Everyone, as has become evident to me, has something to offer. At Patriot, I have learned much from the people I have opened my heart to. The most important lesson has been that every member of the class of 2018 is exceptional in their own right. Some of us are better at academics, some at social life, and others at sports, but it is essential to remember that we are all equal. Sensing the contentment of Danny Fall, Corey Toribio, and James Campbell encourages me to think as such. After talking to Danny for a few minutes by door 28 one day, I discovered that she is interested in sports journalism and worked with the Japanese baseball team one summer. After talking to James and Corey, more than a year later by the same door, I found that James will be studying aeronautics in Sweden and Corey will be studying electrical engineering at Grove City College, a quote-unquote gem in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania. The ambitions and joys of these and all the other 730 members of the class of 2018 have humbled me stupendously. I have learned to understand those around me as seekers of happiness and as ends in themselves. The class of 2018 has learned to cooperate in a number of areas. We organized homecomings, carefully balanced competition with politeness during class and national elections, held 2 talent shows and a memorable junior prom, maintained the student event committee for a time, built up an inclusive and welcoming international club and a conscientious eco club, put on rich orchestra, band, and choir concerts, as well as theatrical productions like Beauty and the Beast, and started a new tradition of open mic nights at the 4410 that I look back at with nostalgia. We completed our group and extracurricular projects. We put forward the effort and reaped results, all because we chose to stand up in the face of hardship and push to the point where our willpower overcame all disagreeability. That is a true accomplishment and a method for productivity in our futures. Whether you pursue politics, academia, social work, the business world, hermetic spiritual life, or any other form of living, you will take the wisdom you have accumulated as high school students and apply it, consciously and subconsciously. My model of understanding may not be the same as yours, so I urge you, if you have not done so already, to reflect upon your own experiences as you bask in what will hopefully be a soothing summer. Remember to live every day as though the world has everything to offer you, because it does. Remember that you are loved and cared for, and that all of the knowledge of the universe resides within your heart and mind. And never forget the teachers, family members, and friends who pulled you through the rocky terrain and challenged you to improve yourself. I love you all. Thank you and congratulations, Patriot High School Class of 2018. At this time, I would like to introduce the Patriot Singers, who will be performing Paul Simon's Bridge Over Troubled Waters.
I'll be your bridge, your troubled water. When you're down, I will carry you like a bridge or troubled water. I will lay me down. When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them off. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water, I apart. Oh, when darkness comes, and pain is all around,
Like a breeze over troubled water, I will lay me down. Like a breeze over troubled water, I will lay me down. I'll be your breeze, your troubled water. When you're down, I will carry you like a breeze or troubled water. I will lay me down.
sail on silver current,
Sail on, silver girl,
sail on by.
sail on by.
Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way.
See how they
See
shine.
how they shine. Oh, if you ever need a friend, look around, I'm sailing right behind. Like a breeze over troubled water, I will ease your mind. I will ease your mind.
I'll be your breeze or troubled water. When you're down, I will carry you like a breeze or troubled water. I will lay me down, lay me down.
I'm back. All right, our Patriot singers, they're pretty good, but I think our guest speaker is pretty cool too. So let's keep the round of applause for him later. So each year, the members of the senior class vote for a faculty member to speak at their graduation ceremony. Continuing with this tradition, our class voted for a faculty member whom we felt made a positive impact in many of our lives. This year's speaker earned his degree from Ashford University in 2009, is a teacher in the social studies department, and is also the assistant coach for the girls' varsity soccer team. When he isn't teaching about the intricacies of our government or showing his athletes the quickest moves to how to score a goal, he spends his spare time playing music and enjoying life with his wife, Amanda, and his son, Axel. And for those of you who don't know, this person was also Dr. Bishop's bat boy years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, it is of my utmost pleasure to introduce the class of 2018 graduation faculty speaker, Mr. Brian Foley.
I have to follow up Zachy and our Patriot singers, so the bar is now way too high for me, but I'm going to try. Good evening to the family, friends, and colleagues that are joining us. Bosses, welcome. In the class of 2018, how you guys doing tonight? Let me start by repeating the words of Patriot's own crocodile hunter and outdoorsman, Jeff Hampson, when I say that speaking to you today is the greatest honor of my professional career. However, I was seized by a bit of panic when I thought about what I might want to talk about. This poor class had already listened to me an hour and a half, and what do I really have to give on advice on growing up? I still play video games. My son, Axel Foley, is named after an 80s movie character. And I've basically had the same haircut since 3rd grade. Thanks, Dad. Also, These poor students have listened, but it quickly dawned on me what was easy to talk about, and that's the thing that brought me so close to so many of them, and that's passion. Not their passions, not Chick-fil-A, not Chipotle, not checking in or out at 10:30. No. I mean the passions that bring us true joy. Sports, music, entertainment, books, fashion, writing, anything. Take it from someone who spent a lot of my life in fear of failing, not reaching my goals, and really not even finding out who I was or sharing it with the world. Deciding to let passion kind of take over my life and guide my future is the best thing that I've ever done, and it gave me opportunities I never dreamed possible when I sat in your chair only 15 years ago. Only 15 years ago. It's tough to tell now. So how has it really brought me closer to this class? Take soccer, for example. A sport I'd always loved. I decided to make it more important in my life and took on coaching in a more serious role. Now, after a decade of it, most of it spent in the Patriot girls soccer program working with the one and only Kelly Payne, I reflect with immense joy and the pride it's brought me. Sure, there are amazing moments, winning another district title or sweeping Battlefield or completing an undefeated season. Those were great. The joy in the day-to-day, watching the girls hang out in the hallway, talk tactics, play over the river, take their Skittle in the pregame distribution. But really what it gave back to me is the relationships. As Zachy talked about, it all comes back to the personal relationships. The students that I've gotten to work with, all of them. Amber, Logue, HP, Scylla, Chloe, the list goes, Abby, the list goes on and on and on. And these people have continued to change my life and will forever. The same went for music. I didn't have any formal training when a student of mine pushed me towards her father's music store. And then 2 weeks later, I, a 30-year-old untrained musician, walked out and purchasing my first instrument, a cajon, which is basically a box. Nothing to be excited about. But it's something. It's a start. Cullen Nolan then took me under his wing, taught me everything there was to know about music, and the next thing you know, I was at 4410, performing alongside of people like Samantha Townsend, who you just heard throw out a solo. Or Summer, or standing up and watching Jacob Shaming become a rock star right before my eyes over the course of the years. Whatever it may be, all the people that went up there and shared themselves, that passion brought me closer to them, and it developed relationships that I'll appreciate for the rest of my life. And it's all because I followed my passion. And finally, the last one is the one that probably is the most integral in me being here today. After struggling mightily prior to and for a number of years after my own high school graduation and barely coming through the other side, I found myself with a new vim and vigor about life, a new passion. Helping students as they transition into the ever more competitive, daunting, expectant, and expensive world ahead of them. Following this path would lead me to Dr. Bishop's office in a trailer to interview for a new job at Prince William County. It would lead me to teach about government and get to deal with students like Matt and Megan and all the other people that inspired me every day and challenged me to think about what I needed to be. It would lead me to take the microphone for pep rallies and try to share with you and get vigor going, maybe get a good sing-along going, things like that, right? It would introduce me to people who become my second family, Sutliff, Wallace, Joyner, Daniels, Burns, the list goes on and on and on. And lastly, it would lead me to walk into Dr. Bishop and Ms. Snoot's office earlier this year and ask for the opportunity to speak to you as a class. It would lead me on stage in front of you in January. It would lead me to share parts of me with you that I had only shared with the very select few people in the world. I was going to open up, and I was honestly quite terrified. However, driven by my passion, in an effort to bring continued awareness, I shared publicly for the first time that I'm a suicide attempt survivor. How would the students respond? Would they take from it what I hoped? Would it do more harm than good? Would they look at me differently, act differently, treat me differently? I didn't know. This was my passion had taken me to uncharted territory. So when I returned to my room shortly after speaking, there was a line of students hanging out waiting to give me a high five, shake a hand, or tell me that they were with me. I knew that I had done something right, and I had followed my passions in the right direction. I came to know more seniors than I could have ever imagined. Conversations in hallways, parking lots, athletic fields, all over the place. Little snippets here, long talks there. It didn't matter. You shared yourself with me, and it made me feel better. Then they voted for me to talk to them today before I exit off into the world. Not only did it affect me, but their collective response sent a message to their classmates and to the rest of the school that it was okay to reach out if you're struggling, and there's nothing to be ashamed of when to ask for help, and there never is anything to be ashamed of when you need help. So thank you, class of 2018. I stand in front of you a genuinely humbled man. Individually and collectively, you've changed my life for the better in ways you'll never know. And so I'll leave you with one last thought. When you're feeling at your lowest, your darkest, and you're most unsure, let the passions inside of you light your way forward. I did, and it led me straight to you. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Foley. Good evening. Before I continue, I would like to thank the class of 2018 for the privilege to serve as your administrator these past 4 years. I am in awe of your accomplishments, and I am excited for your future. Thank you. At this time, it is my honor to introduce and congratulate Patriot High School's class of 2018 salutatorian. While at Patriot, this young man has served as president of the Math Honor Society, vice president of the Science National Honor Society, president of the class of 2018 since freshman year, co-captain of the debate team, founder of the Student Event Committee, junior, regional, and senior all-county honor orchestra, and has served as co-presenter at the Prince William County Schools Student Leadership Conference and presented at the Leader in Me Conference. He participated in the Summer Residential Governor's School for Math, Science, and Technology, is a second alternate student representative to the Prince William County School Board, a College Board Advisory Council member, and a former student at the Afghan Academy. This student is the recipient of several honors, awards, and scholarships, including the 2017 William and Mary Leadership Award, given for inspirational leadership and outstanding scholarship. During his spare time, he's a Taekwondo instructor. Prior to his time spent at as a Patriot Pioneer, he was a Bristow Run Panther and a Gainesville Flying Hawk. He has also been enrolled in Governor's School at Innovation Park the past 2 years. As a result of his hard work and dedication, he will be graduating with the distinction of summa cum laude and completing his senior year with a cumulative grade point average of 4.805. This young man will attend the University of Virginia in the fall on a full scholarship as a Jefferson Scholar, and plans to pursue a degree in physics and philosophy. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me, our administration, faculty, staff, his parents Tawfiq and Gina, siblings Sean and Lexi, in congratulating Mr. Zaki Panshiri as Patriot High School Class of 2018 salutatorian. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce and congratulate Patriot High School's Class of 2018 valedictorian. While in high school, this young man successfully balanced a very demanding course load with an intensive extracurricular schedule. He serves or has served as a VEX Robotics Team co-leader, ASIP Inventors Club leader, a Patriot High School Science Bowl team co-captain. He is the secretary of the Science National Honor Society, Patriots Ruritine Club, Student Council Association, and Sea Perch Robotics. This young man is also a member of the Math Honor Society, National Honor Society, National Technical Honor Society, Key Club, and Governor's School Code Quest team. And if that isn't enough, he has participated in the Aspiring Scientist Summer Internship Program. Prior to his time as a Patriot Pioneer, our valedictorian was a Marsteller Middle School Bulldog and a Cedar Point Elementary School Cheetah. In addition to attending Cedar Point, Marsteller, and Patriot, our valedictorian attended the Governor's School at Innovation Park the past 2 years. As a result of his hard work and dedication, He is graduating with the distinction of summa cum laude and completing his senior year with a cumulative grade point average of 4.909. That's great. This young man will attend Virginia Tech in the fall to pursue a degree in mechanical engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me, our administration, faculty and staff, his parents, Ton and Fong, his siblings, Amy, Cindy, Nancy, and Tracy, in congratulating Mr. Matthew Trang as Patriot High School's Class of 2018 valedictorian. Mr. Trang.
All right. Good afternoon. First, I would like to thank Patriot High School faculty and teachers, the Governor School at Innovation Park, my fellow students and friends, and most importantly, my family. Without you all, I would not be where I am today. Now, in writing the speech, I was asked to do a lot of things. It seemed like everyone wanted something different. A lot of you asked me to make a brief, funny speech because apparently students would like to be awake during graduation. Who knew? Others wanted a shout out, and if I were to give shout outs to every student who asked, we would basically be sitting here for 2 whole graduations, which probably wouldn't fly well. Ms. Lucas suggested that I find my muse by exploring famous texts or roaming nature to find that one thing that I could talk about to represent these entire 4 years. The one thing. And then to rap about it in front of thousands of people. Needless to say, I do not plan on rapping in front of anyone here today. Nor do I plan on putting up a stand-up comedy routine or reciting MLK's I Have a Dream speech, and I definitely won't be organizing a dance flash mob for our graduates. Yeah, I was asked to do that, which admittedly would be pretty fun. But that's besides the point. The point is that everyone asked and wanted a whole bunch of different things. But the one thing that I was asked that stuck with me the most was from Mr. Foley, who told me this: be yourself and say what you want to say. And I think that's advice that I'll take. And I think that's advice that we all need to take. Be yourself and say and do the things that you feel you have to. Not because others expect it, but because you expect it of yourself. Nowadays, there's quite a bit asked of us high schoolers. We're placed under immense pressure to follow a specific path. We go to school every day to get good grades, to get into a good college, get a good, respectable job, and live life the correct way. Except with each year, achieving this is getting harder and harder and harder and harder. To get into a good college, not only do you seemingly have to be a stellar student, but you seemingly have to be an officer in like 8 different clubs. You gotta be a student athlete, volunteer hundreds of hours, and who knows, maybe if you could like solve world hunger or cure cancer. We're asked to do a lot, and with that comes a lot of pressure and stress. And that's why it's important to keep yourself in mind. If you live life to do what everyone else is asking of you, you're gonna have a pretty bad time, and you're gonna write a pretty bad graduation speech. Do what you wanna do. Do what will make you happy and what you yourself feel is right. Spend life as a jokester, as a rapper, or a scholar, however you like. Because otherwise, how are you going to be happy? Now, imagine 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and you feel you have to pick one to go upon. But that's wrong. You can make your own path. Follow your own road, even if it's not paved in yellow brick. Go somewhere over the rainbow or over the hills or far, far away, whatever you choose. But just don't forget to enjoy the scenery along the way. After all, if we just take a moment to look around, then I think we can all truly appreciate the path that we've taken to get here. It doesn't matter where you're going, and you might get lost for a bit, or you might get into a teeny tiny accident. But in the end, if you do what's right for you, then you've done the right thing. Thank you, and good luck to all of us. I would now like to welcome Dr. Bishop back to the podium for the delivery of this evening's commencement address.
Good evening. It is my honor to stand before you tonight. I extend a welcome. Tonight, the members of the class of 2018 become graduates of Patriot High School. Completing high school, as with any task, comes with various challenges as well as rewards. This class is full of students who met every challenge and reaped the rewards. Many seated here tonight faced some challenge in the last 4 years and gained knowledge from that experience. That is a trait shared by the most successful people among us. They are leaders, innovators, and champions. But they did not get to this moment in time alone. They had some help along the way. As part of the recognition of our graduates, we invited some special guests this evening. Many in the crowd had an immense and profound impact on these students, some more than others. They helped to guide these students to this point, but often don't receive credit. If you are or were a kindergarten, primary, or elementary school teacher for any of these graduates, please stand at this time. Please join me in recognizing and thanking these teachers who taught our seniors during their elementary school career. It has been 13 years since their journey began as eager kindergarten students, bounding down the hallways of their schools with backpacks twice their size. 13 years of hard work, commitment, dedication, struggle, and perseverance that culminates this evening as they receive their high school diploma. This milestone signifies a turning point for them, and everything changes from this point. But let's stop for just a moment and reflect. Stop and think back to what your kindergarten teacher taught you. It is relevant now. I'm borrowing portions of my speech from a poem by Robert Fulghum titled, "All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten." When you were in kindergarten, you were taught to share everything, play fair, don't hit people, put things back where you found them, clean up your own mess, don't take things that aren't yours, say you're sorry when you hurt someone, wash your hands before you eat, flush. That's important information. But is there more knowledge needed than that for success? At Patriot High School, you spent a great deal of time in classrooms, on courts and fields, and for some, Lavely's office. During that time, tidbits of information swirled about like a vortex of knowledge. Some of it can be used throughout your life. Some may even lead to future success. This knowledge needs no citations and does not exist in a textbook or database. However, it could be the most important advice you will ever hear. More important than the knowledge bestowed upon you by Howard, Smith, or Tiernan. More interesting than any chemical formula in the lab of Birch, Hunter, or Russell. It is earth-shattering. Really, I'm serious. Think about this for just a moment. We have spent 4 years trying to prepare you for success. We are about to send you on your way, but I need to add to those original points I borrowed from Fulgham. So I present to you everything I needed to know about life I learned at Patriot High School. Sometimes you will not have music to remind you that you only have 30 seconds to reach a destination. Sometimes it's okay to put away the earbuds, unplug, and have a conversation with a person. Sometimes you have to leave early because using the excuse, everyone was on the road at the same time and I needed to stop at Starbucks and my friend was late and I couldn't get in the parking lot before 7:29, doesn't always work. Sometimes sports rivalries are great. Auburn, Alabama, Army, Navy, Ohio State and that team up north, Patriot and that team out west. But once the game is over, shake hands and move on. And sometimes, well, maybe all the time, Lavely knows everything and will find it, no matter where you hide it. That's a decent list. But now, you're supposed to take what you know, what you've learned, and go out into the world and be a successful adult. Let that sink in for just a moment. A successful adult. I know you were so focused on getting to this day, you never thought about what might be next. But are those two lists enough? Is there something missing? Did I leave something out in my haste? Could there possibly be a third set of helpful hints for our class of 2018 graduates? Are there still a few pieces of information swirling around the cosmos that might lead to your own success? And who might share that information with you? Well, I guess that's my job. The last voice you hear from Patriot High School is mine. I am supposed to share something profound with you. So here it is. I'll call this list everything I need to know about life I learned from Dr. Bishop at graduation at Jiffy Lube. All right, so here goes nothing. Always be kind. Because you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, listen twice as much as you speak. Social media is not the real world. Drinking smart water does not make you smart. Flush. I agree with Fulgham. Tell people you love them. Talk to each other. Texts and emojis don't substitute for conversations. When the red light blinks on the gas gauge in your car, do not ignore it. Be safe, be honorable, be successful. And in the words of Dr. Seuss, be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. So there it is, a short list of advice, some valuable information, things you learned in kindergarten, at Patriot, and from your favorite high school principal. I am hopeful that you all find success. Success having multiple definitions, going to college, joining the military, or getting a job. Success is defined as identifying a goal you want to achieve and then figuring out the steps required to get you there. Success takes equal parts drive and humility. You have a great future in front of you. As a school and community, we have much to be proud of. Patriot High School is recognized as one of America's best by both U.S. News and World Report and the Washington Post. Our students have been recognized for excellence in performing arts, academics, and athletics. Those seated in front of me have played a significant role in attaining those noteworthy accomplishments. When we look at the class of 2018, the following information is a testament to their abilities and dedication. They were offered $7,103,074 in scholarship money and accepted $4,585,954 to continue their educations. 66% of them will graduate with an advanced diploma. 90 are members of the National Honor Society. 416 plan to attend a 4-year college. 204 plan to go to a 2-year college. 13 will enroll in a vocational program. 16 in the armed forces, and 34 plan to join the workforce. Our mission is to develop the leadership potential of all of our students while providing them with the academic, social, and communication skills to be successful in the 21st century. When faced with challenges, it is our hope that the skills they have mastered as students will aid them in their future decisions as adults. Today, your mission begins. The members of this class are poised to do great things, and we have every expectation that among you is someone who will make the next great change in the world that surrounds us. Graduates, this evening is a celebration that belongs to each of you. Enjoy the moment, celebrate with your family, and be proud. As your principal, I am very proud of you, and I wish you the best. Will the faculty and staff please stand? No journey of excellence is done alone. The staff of Patriot High School are exceptional. This graduating class represents our final product, the culmination of 4 years of work and preparation. I am honored to have the privilege of working with these fine people. Please join me as we thank our faculty and staff for all of their efforts. You may be seated. Parents of graduates, please stand. Without the support and cooperation of parents, our school and these students would not be successful. Students, please join me in showing your gratitude and appreciation to your parents for their support. And finally, I would like to give special thanks to our counseling, administrative, and support staff. Their role in arriving at this point should not be forgotten. I would like to thank our senior class sponsors, Mrs. Sharon Hardy and Miss Jennifer Hughes. Additional thanks are extended to Mrs. Dolores Lucas, Mrs. Terry Snoots, Mrs. Janine Byers, Mrs. Adrian Phillips, and Mr. John Nolan for their assistance with today's celebration.
Dr. Bishop, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Patriot High School, we would like to present the class of 2018 as candidates for graduation.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now present diplomas to the class of 2018. Platform guests, please rise and take your places for the presentation of diplomas.
Minhal Amr, Sahar Abbas, Iman Abdul, Emmanuel Abraham, Brendan Michael Abramson, Joshua Jose Abreu, Edangeles Acevedo Melendez, Inaya Iman Ahmed, Rimsha Ahmed, Kanoa John Lee Akau, Rania Wael Kali Albayati, Evan Joseph Alderman, Brandon Michael Aldridge, Reagan Thompson Alejo, Isabella Gabriela Alfaro, Georgia Dawn Allen, Jabari Brian Allen, Andre Elias Alian, Fatina Musa Al-Kutob, Jason Alvarez, Natalie Asujwa Amwatang, Caleb Oblite Amu, Caitlin Marie Anderson, Maya Ray Anderson, Tuba Ansur, Dion Mercilus Anthony Jr., Miller Winston Earhart, Hunter Nicholas Arndorfer, Delphine Nana Obi Asumoa, Tiam Asadpour, Stephen Michael Avento, Ilyas Azami, Austin William Bacon, Hibatula Badawi, Manatula Badawi, Stephen M. Bay, Mehmet Selman Basisi, Caleb Maxwell Bailey, Rachel Marie Bailey, Tyler Ellis Bailey, Heidi Marie Beisch, Peyton Georgie Bakatsius, Leanna Nadia Baker, Samantha Noel Baker, Sasha Anissa Balcazar Trossi, William Richard Balkin, Harold Wheeler Barber, Imani Razia Barnes, Brian Barasa Cabrera, Ernest Isaiah Bass, Hala Wysane Batanya, Callie Ann Batts, Shaunace Batista. Rogelio Desiderio Benitez. Amna Ben Salem. Thomas Michael Benton. Christine Ann Berry.
Alyssa Irene Bertrand. Noah Tadashi Betts. Suleika Bandari. Cameron Troy Bindle. Megan Tyler Black. Matthew Paul Blair. Lauren Mackenzie Blake. Michael Frederick Blake. Kyle Joseph Blevins. Mia Blacas Tortajada. Jeanette Yvette Bolanos. Kaylin Janelle Bonnet. Jacob Reed Boone. Claire Boucher. James Ryan Bounds. Stanley Georges Borsico. Colin Ryan Bowman. Dylan Alexander Bradshaw. Jillian May Brennan. Stuart Cameron Bridgeforth. Chaya Ariel Brinko. Jonathan Daniel Broerman Jr. Abigail Jean Brooks. Connor William Brooks. Abigail Tolf Brown. Elliot Mercer Brown. Gavin James Brown. Josiah Liam Brown. Megan Elizabeth Brown. Ashley Larson Brummagem. John Michael Buckwalter. Jack Clark Bunk. Brian Edward Bunner. James Howard Birch. Ethan James Burris. Ryan Douglas Bush. David Paul Buttram Jr. Jillian Simone Bird. Antonio James Cabellas. Emery Grace Cadle. Nicholas Ewing Caffo. Jason Stephen Calderon. Sean Michael Callahan Lira. Hugo Gustavo Camacho Daza. Lucas Ryan Campbell. Jacqueline Lisbeth Campos. Jorge Miguel Campos Manzanares. Harold Enrique Canizales Casiano. Sava Cameron Canny. Andrew Robert Capellini. Maria Joan Cariciolo. Maria Celeste Cardenas. Jaylene Stephanie Cardenas. Courtney Lynn Carmichael. Amaya Larnay Carmouche. Helen June Carone.
William Seth Carter. Philippa Santak Cash. Nicholas James Cassandra. Julianne Marie Castillo. Lauren Elizabeth Catlett. Robert Philip Cosbrook. Christian E. Cavero. Anthony Joseph Soretta. Oliver Devin Cervantes Benzaken. Brianna Laguna Chauca. Alexander Richard Chavez. Joseph Alfred Chiodo. Array Elizabeth Christian. Catherine Leanne Chu. Sarah Jocelyn Church. Laura Nicole Silla. Alexis Lauren Clapper. Alexandra Marie Clark. Benjamin Henry Clark. Hayden James Clark. Tobias Aiden Clark. Aiden McNair Clark. Marcia Kelly Cobina. Gabriela Pena Cohen. Cornisha LaFawn Coleman. Bradley Mitchell Collimer. Spencer Mackenzie Connell. Alex William Cook. Francis Shin Coyne. Matthew David Gregg. Samuel Stollard Criscola. Keelani Lee Crockett. Sarah Ashley Crossman. Alexis Mackenzie Crouch. Charles Leonard Cunningham. Vanessa Marie Curry. Lydia Alexandros Damianeas. Michael Wayne Danford. Raymond Bao Dang. Megan Elizabeth Daves. Erica Alejandra Davila. Donovan Jordan Davis. Catherine Elizabeth Davis. Philip Ivan Davis. Grace Wallace DeLuca. Ricardo Manuel de Rivero. Taylor Yvonne Dean. Emily Allison DeBell. Matthew Stephen de Guzman. James Vincent Concepcion de la Cruz. Marco Antonio de la Gula. Garrett Alexander Delgado. Parker Anthony DeMott. William Olin Denham IV. Ryan Gordon Denholm. Tamara Ashley Denson.
Ibrahima Diane. Mohammed Baba Diane. Luis Manuel Diaz Feliciano. Marcos Manuel Diaz Feliciano. Ryan Andrew Dixon. Amber Elena Diorio. Delal Samatalis Durai. Garrett Reed Dismore. Torin Manning Dixon. Sarah Catherine Doring. Alexandra Nicole Doherty. Luke Everett Dornberg. Dylan James Doyle. Ashton James Drake. Emily Ellen Duarte. Cicely Ann Dunaway. Abby Elizabeth Duncan. Shayla Giovanni Louisa Duncan. Anna Marie Zawinko. William Watts Eckert. Anna Edwards. Emily Elizabeth Edwards. Brittany Michelle Earhart. Rawa Osman El Khalifa. Omar El Khalid El Kadari. Faith Marie Elliott. Thomas Lowe Ellison. Taha El Omari. Tristan Anthony Entrikin. Yoselin Liseth Escalera. Dylan James Eskew. Giancarlos Estrada Mejia. Jonathan Lee Yule. Shoaib Ameb Fab. Jolena Martin Fina. Lamisa Taranum Faruqi. Ayan Niaz Farouk. Ryan Najid Farouk. Charles Daniel Fall. Danielle Rose Fall. Jared Alexander Fontroy. Ian Hunter Fine. Michael Stephen Feliciano. Parker John Fentress. Delaney Rose Ferguson. Michael Francis Fernandez Jr. Robert Charles Fick. Samuel Kitzmeyer Filler. Hazel Rosemary Flores. Janice Lee Floyd. Hayden Edward Fonner. Tyler Michael Forgo. Noah Alexander Fortney. Falasia Nell Faust. Zelie May France. Jasmine Levon Frazier. Lee Eleanor Fredlake. Cassandra Nicole French. Catherine Ann Frost. Kira Naralia Funge. Michael Richard Fivey.
Lindsay Ann Gamble. Diego Alejandro Garcia. Daniel Joseph Gardner. Nicholas Paxton Gardner. Alexander Lyman Garvey. Isaiah Alexander Garza. Hayden Thomas Gothier. Austin James Gentry. Natalie Carla Gerber. Amanda Lee Gift. Benjamin Michael Gilge. Sadgi Singh Gill. Raven LaDawn Gillums. Ana Paula Paredes Gironas. Daniel Nicole Gish. Bodarin Oladipo Giwa. Benjamin Walter Goddard. Joseph Ruben Goldstein. Joshua Samuel Gomez Barrera. Bethany Jordan Gonzalez. Elizabeth Gonzalez. Jonathan Gustavo Gonzalez. Kyle Austin Goodwill. Russell Emmett Graham. Oh, Rusty. Christopher Isaiah Grayson. Audrey Noel Gregoire. Frederick Xavier Augustus Gresham. Lucas Randall Griffith. Ashley Madison Grow. William Lenhart Groth IV. Caitlin Danielle Gubish. Sophia Gergoff. Justin Michael Guerin. Natalie Christina Guevara. Caitlin Nicole Gum. Rosa Nair Gutierrez Rivera. Kyle Brian Gwinner. Farhad Habibi. Joseph Edmund Hackroll. Cameron Nicole Hall. Dylan Garrick Hall. Jake Everett Hallam. Emily Nicole Hamlin. Thomas Roger Hanson. Kelsey Elizabeth Harding. Jacob Robert Hart. Clayton James Hardy. Ethan Allen Harrington Cole. Alana Marie Harris. Ashley Margaret Harris. Jordan Alexandra Harrison. Alyssa Nicole Hartung. John Alexander Harvey. Sydney Paige Haynes. Olivia Marie Hayes. Susie Nicole Heath. William Douglas Heltebridle. Tyra Nicole Henry. Anya Elizabeth Nicole Hibbard. Emma Nicole Hickey. Thomas J. Hill.
Amanda Elise Hish. Rachel Aaron Hish. Reagan Tommy Hoke. Austin Hodgkiss. Carly Elizabeth Hopkins. Lily Caitlin Hopkins. Joshua Aaron Houston. Joshua Michael Howard. Craig Joseph Howell. Ireland Nicole Howard. Mackenzie Elizabeth Hufford. Lucas Brennan Hyde. Lamia Islam. Hawar Rezgar Jaff. Harry Nathaniel Jarvis. Casey Nicole Jenin. Noah Patrick Jenkins. Adrian Christine Jimenez. Jaime Javier Jimenez Rosa. Aldrich James Johan. Zachary Isaiah Johns. Corey Douglas Johnson. Faith Ashley Johnson. Isabella Sophia Johnson. Courtney Beatrice Joes. Bilal Jamil Kubara. Akil Taranath Kandharajapur. Erica Nicole Kasoon. Philip Michael Keel. Kimberly Lynn Keener. Ashley Marie Kelly. Jolie Vera Christina Kennedy. Dean Maxant Kepning. Lucas Herbert Kearns. Anna Riley Kessler. Zachary Alexander Kim. Ashley Michelle King. Elisa Joy King. Aaron Michael Klein. John Andres Knob. Austin Russell Knott. Alexander Michael Koch. Cameron Renee Koch. Zachary Thomas Koch. Catherine Marie Cormatis. Kelly Celine Croft. Maxwell Connor Cutiel. Savannah Monique Lacey. Kyle Roy Lafroth. Stephen Brooke Roxanne Landro. Joshua Wayne Landro.
Austin Montgomery Lansbury. Christopher Sean Lansdowne. Caitlin Elizabeth Lascola. Jarrett James Lash. Cole Brennan Lavender. Haley Michelle Lawrence. Samuel Huanghen Lee. Julia Marie Lear. Ty Vincent LaSure. Madeline Jane Leckert. Connor Austin Lee. Hanbin Lee. Hezekiah Miles Lee. Hunter Clyde Lee. Soo-Hun Lee. Ryan Matthew Levine. Sabrina Roxanne Lewis. Sabrina Lynn. Danielle Sydney Ling. Jack Christopher Little. Kaylin Morel Logue. Gerald Anthony Lofton. Jessica Ann Logan. Delaney Joyce Lunam. Sydney Marie Lunam. Lopez. Frederick Samuel Lopez. Ryan Patrick Lopez. Estefania Areli Lopez Avila. Cole Keegan Loveman. Vaughn Edward Lucas. William Joseph Lucy. Brittany Foong Lee. Walk-in Lee. Joshua Maldonado. Iman Malik. Patrick Lee Mallon. Jessica Lynn Maltby. John Paul Manilli. Davika Minocha. Zachary John Marshilden. Caden Jacob Marku. Florencia Sofia Marinkovic de la Cruz. Kelvin Enrique Marmol. Jared Richard Marrero. Drake Christopher Marshall. Kaylin Olivia Martin. Ryan Michael Martin. Carl Anthony Martinez. Ruben Alejandro Martinez. Julio Cesar Martinez Zelaya. Dylan James Mason. Evan Elgin Mason. Madison Alexis May. Bryce Allen Mayer. Danielle Marie McCloy.
Anthony David McCombs. Taryn Marie McCormick. Shane Patrick McCoy. Peyton Simone McGoldrick. Megan Eileen McIntyre. Mamoon David McKissick. Brianna Lee McPhail. Hunter Warren Mead. Serena Robbie Mehta. Iman Balate McConan. Drew Philip Malusin. Haley Nicole Melton. Oops. Nira Valeria Mendez Abolnik. Duncan Jeffrey Mensa. Michael Judson Mensa. Matilda Osei Mensa Bonsu. Kira Tiglao Merrill. Gavin William Metaxa. Allison Nicole Metman. Baruch O. Michael. Miles Ronald Middleton. Faith Danielle Miller. Jasmine Brianna Miller. Kristen Cyriluk Miller. Good job, Kristen. Rebecca Jordan Miller. Ryan Jeffrey Miller. Zachary Alexander Millspaw. Kaylee Alexandra Milton Monroe. Stephen Kyungjin Min. Gabriel Alexi Minero. Akul Minocha. Maureen Marhub Mirza. Kaylee Amanda Veronica Mojica. Elias Mashfiq Mojadidi. Gabriela Caroline Molestina. Zainab Rashid Momin. Robert Ethan Monahan. Jasmine Marie Mormon. Edwin Mix Morgan. Trevor Austin Morris. Ephraima Robert Morissette. Matalasi Nancy Lee Morissette. Jordan J. Moy. Muhammad Abdi Muhammad. Can't get this. Brooklyn Lee Mulholland. Olivia Claire Muma. Anna Victoria Munson. Jack Michael Murray. Andrew Michael Myers. Ali Hyder Nader. Timothy J. Nam. Erica Taylor Namyak. Sakshi Naveen. Hannah Jagori Nazari. Miriam Racine Injai. I don't know what I'm doing. Quinn Tyler Newman. Amanda Elizabeth Newman.
Now, hold, give me one sec. Taylor Louise Newton. Casey Ryan Nayland. Anthony Nguyen. Rachel Elizabeth Nilsson. Nargis Nori. Rebecca Nicole Norton. Taylor Marie Nugent. Darian Riley Nulf. Sunny Mila Nyhus. Christiane Gia Marie Salva Oana. Brendan Patrick O'Brien. Mary Grace O'Donnell. Dylan Michael Offner. Eunice Glory O. Chiamaka Obianuju Okafor. Terrence David Oliva. Haley Nicole Oliver. Chloe Marie Olson. Ukpai Ikechukwu Onukwa. Daisy Alejandra Oriana. Bruce Nicholas Orozco. Derek Andres Orozco. Pamela Nicole Orozco Perez. Kellen Noemi Cortez Quinteros. Albert Kofi Osei Aguiman Jr. Megan Rose Ossenfort. Jasmine Winter Paget. Zaki Ahmed Panshiri. Tristan Miguel Paris. Joshua Christopher Park. Nikita Mahul Patel. Jordan Alexandra Patterson. Elizabeth Rain Pearson. Shelby Lynn Pennenberg. Joselle Amy Peregrino. Carson Grace Perenick. Caroline Samantha Perez Serpa. Kendall Michaela Perry. Nicole Marie Peterson. Daniel Petrenko. Tyler Michael Phillips. Katie Lou Phyllis. Felix Pusinkel Pamanchan. Caitlin Jill Penny. Kiera Anise Pittman. Isaac Allen Pleat. Ashley Faith Powell. Madison Mackenzie Powers. Haley Lauren Price. Lauren Sierra Prince. Mohammed Nabil Qasmi. Jack Grayson Quander. Caroline Marie Quinn. Brian John Rawl II. Renee Antoinette Randolph. Joshua Mark Rasnick. Sonia Lena Rattan. Natalie Nicole Roush. Joshua Narup Ravichander. Sydney Diane Ray. Riley Joseph Reeder.
Tyler James Reitz. Mackenzie Lee Reed. Bianca Michelle Reyes. Andrew James Onlam Reynolds. Sarah Kathleen Ringham. Ethan Thomas Rist. Cynthia Natalie Rivas. Kayla Imani Rivera. Matthew Javier Rivera. Miriam Adele Mikhail Risk. Ali Murtaza Rizvi. Israel Rowe. Tyler Ryan Robertson. Brady Roberts. Thalia Saray Roberts. Darius Amon Robertson. Catherine Lee Robinson. Patricia Rodriguez Roldan. Alexandra Suzanne Rogers. Kelsey Elizabeth Rogers. Megan Catherine Roloff. Matias Romero Lovo. Chelsea Alexandria Rosales. Jessley Noeli Rosales. Jose Alberto Rosario Jr. Krishan Marie Rucker. Eli Ruiz. Alexis Marie Rutt. Nathan Philip Rishlick. Elijah Islam Safadi. Isaiah Muhammad Sulfadi. Trevor Lee Saflin. Mandeep Singh Sani. Abraham Jordy Sanchez. Alex Ramiro Sandoval Gonzalez. Andrew Zachary Santi. Josiah David Sanzo. Sharon Monisha Sarong. James Cornell Saunders Jr. Melissa Andrea Sauter. Marissa Danielle Saw. Fatima Hashim Sawi. Jacob Edward Shamming. Theodore Alexander Shetzley. Paul Dylan Carroll Scheid. Brendan Lance Schmidt. Kyle Lynn Schreier. Valeria Michelle Schwartz. Vanessa Desiree Segura. Austin Robert Seitz. Ryan Joseph Seckley. Selena Destiny Sellers. Kaylee Neri Seng.
Joshua J. So. Cody Robert Sessions. Brandon Michael Settle. Nicole Renee Cipher. Aisha Sheikh. William Henry Shanahan. Munzer Adil Sharpie. Trenton Javon Sharp. Malcolm Thomas Sheehan. Brent Cameron Schultz. John Patrick Sherman. Anisha Anand Sheth. Claire Marie Shiflett. Megan Elizabeth Shipe. Tristan Thomas Shipman. Joseph Scott Shoup. Ramesh Waka Siddiqui. Zachary Michael Sims. Sophia Margaret Singer. Jacob Edward Suda. Christopher Ryan Skabinski. Jordan Pierre Slaby. Derek Dwayne Smith. Jordan Markel Smith. Natalia Rose Smith. Sean William Smith. Yarda Delaire Snowy. Dylan Lee Snook. Elijah Irvin Snow. Spencer Harrison Snow. Emilio Aurelio Solis. Ashley Noel Soma. Alexander Sorori. Sally Nicole Soto. Stephanie Nicole Sochek. Tegan Mackenzie Sowers. Michael William Spann. Maximilian Peter Jacob Stab. Bryant William Stallman.
Nicholas Jeffrey Staines. Charles Robert Stanley. Michaela Caitlin Stanley. Jarrett Clark Starr. Bailey Reed Steele. Tamira Denise Stevens. Autumn Gwendolyn Sterling. Larry Alvin Stevens. Rianne Amaya Stevens. Amara Janae Stewart. Madison K. Strawn. Melanie Kanari Sun. Onika Reza Syed. Keaton Howard Tate. Robert Jason Taylor. Lacey Augustine Teal. Jeremy Edward Templin. Aaliyah Denise Terry. Kevin H. Ty.
Amala Charles Thomas. Garrett Andrew Thomas. Sierra Marie Thomas. Brady Daniel Thompson. Devin Scott Throckmorton. Calvin Michael Tillman. Joshua Dale Tinsley. Fabian Armando Tobar. Corey Armando Toribio. Gavin Joshua Torres. Samantha Rose Townsend. Samuel Patrick Tracy. Sydney Queen Tran. Matthew Lou Trang. David Allen Turner. Jacob Jackson Euler. Amanda Melissa Upperman. Daniel Eduardo Uribe. Julian Isaiah Urquita. Namanuna Vang. Gabriel Ivan Vargas.
Reem Maria Veragis. Sofia Velasco. Andrew John Vernon. Joshua Daniel Vickery. Joseph Harris Villani. Mia Catherine Villani. Ethan Vo. Alexander Scott Bolus. Noah George Wager. Christian Kamari Shane Walden. Oh, look, you got a little like sock action. Casey Joelle Walker. Taylor Marie Walker. Molly Teresa Walsh. Kobe Carlton Walton. Kier Ivan Walton. Brianna Michelle Warren. Proud of you. Charmaine Iman Washington.
Samantha Corinne Wayland. Marcus Ethan Weaver. Amber Nicole Welch. Victoria Lynn Wells. Alyssa Nicole West. Colton Jared West. Madison Louise White. Madison Lee Whitehead. Joseph Allen Whiting. Hunter Scott Whiteman. Shayla Rose Will. Nicholas Alexander Williams. Matthew James Wilson. Pike Christian Wilson. Aaron Veda Wittenberg. Colleen Callahan Woods. Adam Robert Wosala. Brian Zachary Wu. Nathan Taeyong Yang. Isaiah Dallas Yates. Hannah May Yelanjian. Lindsay Marie Yentz. Matthew Edward Zarbatani Jr. Megan Louise Ziegler. And last but not least, Erin Marie Zimbro.
And here's the part you've been waiting for. By the power vested in me, by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the Prince William County Board of Education, I declare the class of 2018 to be graduates of Patriot High School. Graduates, you may now move your tassels from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pride to say the following. I present to you the Patriot High School class of 2018.